Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome into the campus of St. Martin's University and inside Marcus Pavilion to tonight's GNAC showdown between the visiting Nanooks of Alaska and the St. Martin Saints. I'm Austin Burns, joining you tonight on the call. Unfortunately, my partner, Jeff Lucero, got stuck in Kansas with all the flight cancellations. So, Jeff, if you are listening, we can't wait to have you back on the broadcast next week, and safe travels. Well, it's the start of the 2022 section of the season, and, well, it has not gotten off to a great start. All over the country, including here in the GNAC, games have been postponed and moved due to COVID. Even just today, the Saints men's game on Thursday up at Seattle Pacific was postponed and moved to a later date. This game tonight is already a makeup of a game from December 4th that was postponed. But luckily, the lights are on, basketballs are dribbling, and we are able to play here tonight. St. Martin's had both of their road games last week at Simon Fraser and Western Washington postponed, and Alaska went over a month, the entire month of December, without a game until playing last Saturday at Seattle Pacific. But let's take a look at tonight's matchup and preview the home team, the St. Martin Saints. Coming into tonight, playing their last game on December 17th against Simpson, the Saints are 8-2 with their lone GNAC game coming over a month ago to the number one ranked team at the time, the Seawolves of Alaska Anchorage. St. Martin's dropped that game, but since then they have been on a 3-game win streak coming into tonight, knocking off their non-conference opponents of Evergreen State College, Pacific, and Simpson here at home in December. And for that effort, the Saints were named the GNAC Team of the Week 2 weeks ago for their impressive wins over Pacific and Simpson. Looking at this SMU squad, all eyes land immediately on Claire Dingus, who leads the team in scoring at 18.5 and rebounding at 7.7, along with 2.1 steals per game. She does everything for the Saints, and in her last outing, Dingus went off for a solid 24 points on 8 of 9 shooting and collected a season-high 5 steals. It's no secret how good Dingus was coming into this season, but what has been the difference maker for the Saints this year is the emergence of Ryan Clear and Eternity Dinadonis. Clear comes into tonight averaging 13 points, 4 rebounds, and 1.5 steals, but the freshman was on fire in 2 of the last 3 games. Against Evergreen State, Clear scored 22 points, including 4 3-pointers, along with 6 rebounds, 4 assists, and 3 steals. Then, against Simpson, Clear was good for another 24 points, 8 rebounds, and 4 more assists. She has been asked to do a little bit of everything on the floor. She can play 4 positions easily on the floor defensively, and her name is at the top of the list for Freshman of the Year in the GNAC. And the senior point guard, Tierney Dinadonis, she's been the glue, and, well, she's also been the spark for the Saints that they needed this year. Her 5 assists per game lead the conference, along with 9.6 points per game, and she plays a second most 31 minutes per game. In the game against Evergreen, Dinadonis set a career high in assists with 10 and recorded her first double-double at St. Martin's with 15 points. On the year in 10 games, Tierney has reached 5 or more assists in 6 games. Heading into conference play, the Saints' big 3 in Dingus, Clear, and Dinadonis will be the foundation as the Saints push for a spot in the GNAC championships. And now let's take a look at the visiting Alaska team coming in here tonight with a 1-5 record. Falling most recently to Seattle Pacific on Saturday night, this will be only their second game of the season outside the state of Alaska after opening their season with 5 straight games up north. The Nanooks featured 2 double-digit scores in freshman guards Destiny Reimers and Pearl Green. This young but talented backcourt has combined for nearly 27 points a game, and the two don't just score, they also lead the team in rebounding and second in assists and also in steals. Reimers crashes the boards for a team-leading 6.3 rebounds, while Green's a little over 3 assists per game are second best on the team. And they both average almost 2 steals per game. So the two freshman guards also going to have their names in that Freshman of the Year category. Well, Alaska, again, a very young team, only one senior on this squad. Freshmen and sophomores all over the court. They are out without one of their best players in down low guard Sam Tolliver out of Seattle, Washington, out for this game. She is an impact player that Alaska will be with out tonight. So they will turn to the guards to try and make an impact and get off to a hot start here in Lacey, Washington. Well, that's going to do it for us here on the St. Martin's pregame show, just over a minute and a half away from opening tip. Tuesday night GNAC action. You're watching St. Martin's basketball here on the Saints Digital Network. And welcome back into the Saints Digital Network. National anthem has been played, and now we will meet the starting lineups. And first for Alaska, as announced by their first-year head coach, Jesse Craig, takes over after 5 years in the program. And Alaska going with that 4-guard set. The only player down low, Olivia Kraska, the sophomore forward at 6'1", out of Fairbanks, Alaska, will be the lone post player. The Alaska bringing out the 4-guard set, and they have some young, talented guards. Going to look to get off to a hot start early. And for the Saints, a different starting lineup here tonight, something we haven't seen this year. And we will welcome into the starting lineup number 2, the junior transfer out of University of Portland, Josie Matz, a very talented guard out of the Division I ranks, who unfortunately broke her nose right before the home opener. I mean, literally hours before, and unfortunately has been out until tonight's game, so getting a start immediately. And also getting a start in the lineup is the junior guard, transfer out of California Baptist, number 25, Marin Budeman, coming into the lineup as well, taking over for Ryan Clear. So Ryan Clear and Lauren Morris not in the lineups here tonight, at least to start. And we will get our first look at Josie Matz on the floor. Again, the coaching staff raved about her. Very high intellect, great scoring ability at University of Portland. They were talking about how excited they were to see Dean Adonis and Matz run this offense together, and we'll get to see it for a first time here tonight. St. Martin's, Alaska, Tuesday night GNAC basketball action. Inside the circle, Kraska and Dingus to tip off. Saints again 8-2 on the season. Alaska 1-5. And the tip, and the Saints recover it, and Matz with a handle on it immediately. Again, we talked about in the pregame show, Dean Adonis, she has been the glue for this team. When she's rolling and picking up assists, the Saints offense just has a different look to it. 5 or more assists in 6 games this year, including that 10 at Evergreen State. Budeman shot off the mark short, and a foul on the Saints, and that's going to be Dean Adonis picking up her first. Well, and Dean Adonis, again, second on the team in minutes, coming in at about 31 a game, so she sees quite a bit of the floor. Only Dingus more time on the floor this year. Alaska's first offensive possession. Look to get the ball inside, but now swinging it back out and around. Reimers drives, dishes it off, but it's going to be an offensive foul on Reimers. And there's Dean Adonis picking up the charge. Already got a foul, and no worries there. Steps in front, makes the play. And both teams trade fouls here to start. Alaska showing pressure, and that's going to be a foul all the way on the other side of the court. Perez Mendoza picks up her first, second on the team. Full court pressure. All 5 Alaska players on the press, but the Saints clear it all the way out. And the basket by Budeman, but she's down on the floor. Teammates around her. Well, we're going to go ahead and step away here on the Saints digital network. And back inside Marcus Pavilion. Budeman up, being helped off the floor, carrying that right arm. Trainer Isaac Tompkins and head coach Christy Martin immediately over to 10 to Budeman. She's up walking, so we wish a speedy recovery. Fouled hard on the breakaway, and now the officials now taking a look at that previous play. Ryan Clear will be checking into the game. Well, Saints with the first basket of the game. (2-0) lead. Again, this game was a makeup of December 4th. These two squads were originally scheduled to play, but due to health protocols within the Alaska program, the game was canceled, or I should say postponed, and then moved to today's date. Officials have now walked away from the replay monitor and now discussing it here at center court. St. Martin's coming off of a 3-game win streak entering into today's matchup. They were named the Team of the Week in the GNAC for their wins over Pacific and Simpson. And now the official bringing over both head coaches. Again, Budeman on a breakout layup, fouled, brought down to the floor. She was clutching that right elbow. One minute into the game. St. Martin's with that 2-0 lead, and again, there should be free throws coming up once we come out of this break. Ryan Clear, who not in the starting lineup tonight, who's been on fire 2 of the last 3 games for the Saints, 20 points each a game, rebounds, assists, doing it all. She checks back onto the floor. So the 2 head coaches have been informed. And so now we will have a media timeout. St. Martin's leads 2-0 here on the Saints Digital Network. And welcome back into the Saints Digital Network. And to bring you up to speed, after reviewing the play, they actually ruled a foul on the Saints' Josie Matz on that play. So the basket was still good, but no foul on Alaska. The foul determined on Josie Matz. So she picks up her first, second on the team, and Alaska now with the ball. 15 on the shot clock, and a beautiful feed inside, and the finish for Krupa. And Alaska with their first points of the game. Saints break the pressure going the other way, and a foul on the floor. Dean Adonis tripped up. Destiny Reimers picks up the foul, her second already. Freshman guard out of Anchorage, Alaska. And the Saints on the inbounds play. Ryan Clear just checked into the game for Budeman. Comes up with the basket. Saints back on top. Alaska resets, 15 on the shot clock. Rolling to her right, cross back. And a three ball on the way, just short. Matz with the rebound. Saints going to push it quick here. Dean Adonis right into the middle of the floor, leaves it for Matz. And now Clear on the outside. Again, she's hit some three-pointers. Had 4 against Evergreen the other week. That one no good for Dean Adonis. Nearly comes up with a steal, but it is Green now coming the other way with it. And a miscommunication on the defensive end by the Saints, but a missed layup. And the ball rolls out of play. Last touch by Alaska. Claudia Dietz-Marti checks into the game for the first time, checks in for Reimers, so she will head to the bench early with those 2 fouls. We'll see how long head coach Jesse Craig plans to leave the standout freshman guard on the bench. Saints offensive possession is a shot by Dingus, no good. Now Alaska going the other way with it. 3-on-2, pull up for the three-pointer. That one short. Green saves it back into play. Layup up, no good. Offensive rebound. Multiple opportunities for Alaska, and they cash in on the 4th one, and it's number 4, Krupa, picking up the points. Multiple chances for Alaska, and they tie this one on at 4-4. A little over 6 minutes to go in this one. Ball down low to Nelson, feeds out to Dean Adonis. Cross-court pass. Matz drives, double-teamed and stopped. 0 on the shot clock, and it's a shot clock violation on the Saints. So we will have 4 substitutions on to the court for Alaska. They bring the rest of their bench in, so the starting 5 to the bench and a brand new 5 on the floor. Hertha brings the ball up the floor, but Clear takes it away. Now going the other way with it. Spin move in the lane. Good. Ryan Clear comes up. Again, we said in the pregame, does a little bit of everything. Does it on the defensive end and makes a great move in transition to put the Saints on top. Alaska resetting. Quick, fast-paced game here to start. Gotta love it. Shot on the way. That one misses wide right, and it'll be a dead ball rebound for the Saints. Savannah Hertha, a freshman guard out of Kent, Washington. One of the few players on this roster from Washington. The only other one is Sam Tolliver, but again, unfortunately out for tonight's game. 3 ball on the way, no good, but Dingus collects it. Averages about 4 offensive boards a game. Interior passing for the Saints. Ryan Clear had a shot, gives it up to Nelson with a wide open layup, and the Saints on a 4-0 run. Alaska, another 3 on the way. Hasn't been going for him so far. And there's an offensive foul on Alaska. That's Emma Wass picking up the foul. That is the 4th team foul on Alaska. So 1 more will put the Saints in the bonus. And Eternity Reed checks in to the game for Josie Mans. And the Saints will bring the ball up the floor. About halfway through this first period, a lot of up and down action. Saints wide open in the corner. Dingus, no good. Strong board by Alaska. And the Canucks take it the other way. Pusic with a great defensive rebound, I should say. That ball just getting out of the reach of Waz, and now it will be a Saints basketball. We will see another hockey-style substitution. New line on to the floor. Brand new 5. Again, Alaska only brought 10 players down. Going with a whole new 5. 2 3-minute bursts. Going to see a lot of pressure defensively. Saints are going to have to break that. Dingus comes up for the inbounds. And it'll be up to Dingus to clear it, and she does. Gets the ball out to Dina Donis. Saints 5-on-4 for a second. Clear drives in and kicks out. Gets it down low. Nelson spin move, no good. And a foul is called. And we will see who it's going to be on. And it's going to be called on Alaska. So that's going to send Claire Dingus to the line. She heads to the line more than any other player in the GNAC. Averages about 5 made free throws a game. And that's one part of her game that has really improved, but the announcers jinx strikes there. As I was about to say, last year Dingus struggled for her standards at the free throw line, but this year really seems to have gotten that stroke back, and again, just adding to how lethal Dingus can be. She gets those offensive rebounds and then forces a lot of fouls. Second one was good. Alaska ball knocked out of play. It'll be an inbounds right in front of the Saints bench. 4.5 left on the clock. 9-4, 5-0 run by the Saints. That ball partially blocked by Dingus. It will stay with Alaska. And Emma Reed will check in and will replace Dina Donis on the floor. Outside 3 off the inbound. That one rattles out. And just on the line, and a turnover for Reimers. And Mats will return to the floor. And we'll check in for Dingus. So Saints now adjusting how the team is set to handle this 5-player press. You don't see usually a 5-player press. Alaska Anchorage does it real well, usually with about 3 or 4, but Alaska rolling out the full 5, and the Saints have been able to handle it so far, but nearly a takeaway for the Nanooks. Saints rebound. 10 on the shot clock. Clear up top, guarded heavily. Mats now working double team on the baseline. Swings out to Reed. 3 on the clock. Has to get a shot up. Mats in the corner. No good, but clear underneath. Gets the board and the foul. So a broken possession for the Saints turns into an offensive rebound and points potentially. So Clear will head to the line. Coming into today's game, red hot and has made an immediate impact again. We talked about in the pregame show a little bit the emergence of Ryan Clear, what she has been able to do. Last year, Claire Dingus was the focus point and still is for all defenses that the Saints face. But Ryan Clear has been able to emerge as a superstar in this conference. Alaska now on the flip side, handling the Saints' pressure. Out to the corner. Corner 3 for Green is good. And the first 3-pointer of the game goes down for Alaska to cut the lead to 3. And Alaska off of the make will give up the pressure and allow the Saints to bring it up the floor. Again, Mats hasn't played all season. This is her first action here tonight after breaking her nose right before the home opener. Reed into the corner, back to Clear, has Matz, gets it to her, wide open three, and Matz with her first points in a Saints uniform. A wide open three-pointer, and the Saints lead back to 6. And a travel call on the other side turns the ball back over. And Dean Adonis and Dingus will return to the floor along with Dietz Marti. Matt's far side. Over to Dean Adonis. Saints swing it around. There's Dingus right there on the baseline. Back to Matz. Wide open three. And good. Back-to-back three-pointers for Matz. And the Saints lead is 9. What an impact. And a tie-up. And it's going to stay Alaska ball. That was Reed getting her hands in on Green and forcing the tie-up. Couple substitutions for Alaska. This was a 4-4 ball game, but the Saints really starting to pull away here in the first quarter. 12-3 run. And Green, that ball off of her foot, and the ball dribbled on the sideline. Not much Reimers could do about that one. So back-to-back turnovers for Alaska, and the Saints will look for the first double-digit lead of the game. Dean Adonis calling out the play. Backdoor pass to Dingus. She comes down with it, creates space, and gets the layup. That was just a play designed to get the ball down low to Dingus. She phased out and came right back in. Creates space, and the Saints with an 11-point lead. 1:30 left here in the first quarter. Alaska turnover, and it is carried ball. So 3 straight turnovers for Alaska, and we will see Ryan Clear check back into the game. And she'll check in for Matz, who knocked down her first 3-pointers in an SMU uniform. Getting into the scoring ledger, that's got to feel good. She missed a lot of time at Portland as well with injuries. Healthy when she came here to St. Martin's, then an unfortunate accident. Back on the floor finally, and that's got to feel good. Clear, baseline, driving, knocked away, and it's going to stay with the Saints. 11 on the shot clock. Last time the Saints had the ball down low, they found Clear for an easy layup. In the corner, wide open, Reed. She drives to kick it back out. 5 on the clock, as the Saints will inbound in a tough position right in front of Alaska's bench. And Emily Nelson will check back in for Reed. Reed came in, got some quality minutes here in the first quarter. And it'll be now Dingus to inbound, trying to get the ball down low. Give right back to Dingus. She's going to have to make a move with it, and that one just dribbled off of her foot. And there was only 1 second left on the shot clock. Would have been a tough opportunity no matter what. So Alaska comes up on the defensive end. They have an opportunity for the Lucero special, the 2-for-1. Alaska's been going very quick, and here they are again, wide open in the middle of the paint. Gets the offensive rebound, the putback, no good for Silva, and Reed comes down with it, and the Saints about a 5-6 second differential between the shot clock and the game clock, and they will hold, it looks like, for at least their last shot of the quarter. Saints on a 14-3 run, looking to add to that. 5 on the clock. Dingus, baseline, driving, layup, good. 5 seconds on the game clock. Alaska, three-pointer on the way, nearly goes in. That one off the backboard. But the Saints, it was close to start, but SMU with a 16-3 run has a 20-7 lead. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Saints basketball here on the Saints Digital Network. And welcome back into the Saints Digital Network. And a quick look here at the stats. Josie Matz, those 2 3-pointers, lead the way with 6 points. Dingus with 5 and Clear with 5 as well. And for Alaska, Krupa with 4 points and Green with the 3-pointer. And those are your quick stats leaders here after the first quarter. Down into the middle to Nelson. That ball tipped and taken away by Krupa. And Alaska comes out of the break with a stop. Need to get some points here. Slowly start itching away at that 13-point lead. That one knocked up. Second chance opportunity. Great effort, but the Saints come away with it. Now Dean Adonis brings it near side. Gives it up to Dingus. Had Clear for just a second inside the paint, but the Saints smartly bring it back out and reset. 17 on the shot clock. Reed double teamed immediately on the baseline, but a foul committed, just leaving the feet a little too early. Kraska picking up her first on the team. And the Saints go with a smaller lineup, bringing Matz onto the floor for Nelson. And now you'll see Saints with the kind of carousel inbounds play. And they give it to Matz in the corner. That's what that design play is there. Try and find the inbounder coming into the corner. Alaska picks it up. Ball lost in the paint, scrum, and Alaska comes away with it. 5 bodies hit the floor. Both sides looking for the first basket. That one blocked by Reed. And a foul committed on the other end of the floor. I believe that one was on Pearl Green, and it is her second foul, second on the team in the quarter. Dean Adonis bringing the ball up the court. Clear baseline, immediately double teamed, and another foul committed. That's the second time this quarter. Perez Mendoza picking up the foul, the freshman out of Phoenix, Arizona. Her second foul. Dingus, turnover in the paint, and now Green coming the other way with it. Has teammate in the corner. Reimers fights through the traffic, gives it up, layup, and that one fouled going up, and that was Perez Mendoza on the other side now. And she will head to the line, looking for the first points here of the second quarter. Reed called for the foul, her first. Saints trying on the offensive end to get that ball down on the baseline to Dingus, and they've also played Reed and Clear into that spot as well. The moment that ball hits their hands, there's two Alaska players coming over to try and force a trap. Second free throw is good. Alaska on the board here in the second quarter first. Clear has a screen, uses it, gives it to Matz, and Matz will swing it back out, and the Saints will reset. 15 on the clock. Matz calls for a screen, gets it over to Dean Adonis, lofts it up. Dingus double teamed underneath. Tough position there. Not much Dingus could do as she turns that one over. Alaska looking again to cut into this lead. It was tied 4-4 in the early goings. Shot baseline just rims out, and Clear down with the boards and pushing it out top to Matz, but it's Green who steps in front, takes it away, and now takes it down the other end all the way to the rack, but just can't get that one to finish. And the Saints push it forward again. And now Dean Adonis, who has no one in front of her, gives it up. Matt's wide open, no good. But Reed with the board, tangled up with three players around her, gets it out, and the Saints will have a new shot clock. Dingus, though, down low immediately, and a foul is called. And I believe that is going to be on number 4, Krupa, and that is her second. And another 5-player substitution for Alaska, as Dingus will head to the line for the second time here tonight. Missing the front end. And it just kind of comes at a surprise when she does miss. Dingus on the season at 86%. One of the best free throw shooters in all of the GNAC, but knocks down the second one calmly and easily. And it's 21-8, so a lot of offense in the first quarter for the Saints. They get on the board for the first time 3 minutes in. That shot no good. Saints come down with the defensive board and bring it the other way. Dean Adonis gives it to Reed at the top. Matt's in the corner. Quick pass down low. Dingus fights through 2 players and a travel call. Alaska using that baseline, the pin in the Saints here in the second quarter. And we'll see Emily Nelson and Emma Reed back onto the floor. Saints with a very limited bench, especially with Budeman out. And she was seen walking off the floor with her arm held up, and so Saints only have 2 players on their bench, so gonna rotate through a lot of players, make sure they stay fresh as Match knocks down the jumper in the middle of the lane. 8th point of the game, and wow, no rust really to show after not playing for the first half of the season. That ball, second opportunity chance for Dietz Martin, and she knocks it down. First made field goal for either side in the last 2 possessions. So they go nearly 4 minutes without field goals, then back-to-back. Dean Adonis inside Clear. And that's the great look, but Nelson comes up, and that ball is blocked by Silva. Two good looks for the Saints, but Alaska comes up with the stop. Three-pointer in transition, no good. Silva comes up with the offensive rebound. Down low, Wasp with that one off of her foot and out of play. And that will bring us to a timeout. I don't believe a media timeout. Timeout by the Saints. And we will be back in 30 seconds. And welcome back into the Saints Digital Network. Alaska so far on the night, 4 of 24 from the field, 1 of 10 from beyond the arc. And for the Saints, they're 9 of 20 from the field, 2 of 7 from beyond the arc. And it's been Matz who's knocked down both of those three-pointers. She has the basket in the middle of the lane, and her 8 points leads all scorers. Quick give and go. Almost had the angle. That one knocked out of play. Last touch, though, by the Saints. So the Saints got the look they wanted, just couldn't quite hang on to it. And now Alaska with it. But there's going to be an offensive foul. That is the second charge taken tonight by Dean Adonis. Foul is called on Dietz Marti. That is her first and 5th on Alaska. So any fouls after this will be free throws for the Saints. Matz gets it inside to Nelson, who swings it back out and around. Clear. Reed, 3 in the corner, no good. And that ball ripped down on the boards by Pusic. And now Alaska comes the other way. Quick transition threes. They're not afraid to go after that. But a traveling call. And another turnover on Alaska. Their 9th turnover already in today's game. And we will see a fresh 5 on the floor. Again, not a lot available for either side. 10 suited up for Alaska, 8 suited up for the Saints. But Budeman, I don't want to say ruled out. I don't have any confirmation. But back inside, I believe, the locker room right now. So Saints down to just 7 players in this game. Dean Adonis, that one off of her foot, right to an Alaska player. And a timeout called by Alaska. 4:03 left in the first half. 23-10. St. Martin's leading. You're watching the Saints on the Saints Digital Network. And welcome back in after the timeout. Alaska comes up with the steal and then had some troubles trying to clear that ball, so they'll have 28 on the shot clock. 8 seconds to clear the half-court line. Saints showing some pressure. Alaska turns the ball over. Dingus with it, pulls up, jumper, rattled all the way around the rim and drops in. The Saints now showing that diamond pressure as Dingus on the other end comes up with the steal, but just had her tippy toes on the line. So after making the play, comes all the way down the length of the floor. Comes up with another one, but it'll be Alaska ball underneath their basket. Ball on the baseline, brought out Perez Mendoza. Tries to get it inside. Couple Saints right there. And now Green will stabilize. 10 on the shot clock. Uses the screen, rolls. Now driving in, and the layup is good by Reimers. Remember, she picked up 2 early fouls. Hasn't been able to get into a flow. Let's see if that basket gets her going. 25-12, 3 minutes left. Reed down low, Dingus. Dingus establishes position and gets the foul call, and so she will head back to the free throw line. Kraska picking up her second foul.
At the line, 14, Claire Dingus shooting 2.
Well, Dingus makes it third time in a row where she's missed the front end of 2. See if she can knock down the second end again. Remember, an 86% free throw shooter, and knocks down the second one just easily. Looking to knock down that first one, though, still. 26-12. Saints use a 16-4 run in the first quarter to break open a big lead, but outside of that run, it's been back and forth, 50-50 here. Matz brings it down the court, stops, kicks it out to Clear. Now has the ball back again. Dean Adonis will set the offense. 15 seconds. Reed out to Clear. And that ball tipped out of the hands of Clear. And they're going to call a travel call on Kraska. So possession was granted. And so then that brings a fresh shot clock. So it should be a 30-second shot clock, since the possession did go over to Alaska, even if it was for just a second. So that gives the Saints the ball back with 30 on the clock. Nelson, high post. Dean Adonis, wide open 3, back iron. Ball into the corner and tracked down by Kraska. Strong rebound. Now Green, other side, quick moving offense. Reimers with the offensive board. Gives it up. Shot, no good. Dingus to the floor with the ball, fighting off 3. Anux. And it looks like it's going to be a jump ball call. And possession arrow favors Alaska. So another opportunity for the Nanuks. $20 on the shot clock. Just a few ticks over 2 minutes. And it's going to be a foul called on the Saints. Dead ball foul on Reed. That's her first. Just got a handful of the jersey of green. Reimers back to Green. Uses the screen, drives baseline, fights off Dingus and gets the board. And then tripped up with Dingus on the floor. And a foul is called on Claire Dingus. So they're going to call Dingus for tripping up Green. And I think we're going to head to the replay monitor on that one. Minute 45 left. St. Martin's leading 26-14. You're watching Saints basketball on the Saints Digital Network. And out of the video replay, it'll be Alaska basketball 26-14. So the call stands as a foul on Dingus. So that gives the ball right back to Alaska. And they'll have an opportunity to cut this lead into single digits. Shot on the way, front iron, just missed by Green. And Dean Adonis with the rebound and brings it up the floor. Minute 30 left on the clock. Reed in the corner, back out to Dean Adonis. Swings it now to Dingus. Has Reed wide open, but Maddox close in quickly. Saints gonna have to make something work. 5 on the clock. Double teamed, had to try and give the ball up, couldn't get it to Nelson, and Alaska takes it away. Missed steal opportunity, but that ball is blocked by Reed. Foul on the floor. Reed went sprawling to the floor. Looked like pushed in the back, and I think that's going to be the call, and it is. Reimer picks up her third foul. And that will force Reimers to the bench, and that will send Eternity Reed to the line. And that something about that front end of two free throws. Saints just not able to knock it down. Even Reed missing, who was 9 for 12 on the season to that point. So the Saints' best free throw shooters struggling with that front end, but able to knock it down on the back end. 1 minute left, 27-14. Alaska pulls up, jumper, no good. Just missing was Perez Mendoza. Saints have an opportunity. They go quick, and it's going to be a charge call. And that's the correct call there outside the circle. And that's going to be the second foul on Tyranny. Fourth foul on the Saints. And the Saints will now set up a press on the inbounds with 39.5 seconds left. A diamond-shaped press, and it's a steal for the Saints. They give it up to Dingus, and she's fouled hard. And players being sent back to their benches as tempers starting to flare. And now we will be heading, I think, to the replay monitor again as the officials are meeting both teams going back to their benches. And they will be heading to the monitor.
Have a video review. Technical foul assessed against the SMU coach.
And so Christy Martin being assessed a technical foul, coming out over halfway on that play. And so she was assessed a technical. Now they're taking a look, I believe, at the play underneath the basket, as it looked like an Alaska player came down on top of Claire Dingus. (27-14), St. Martin's leading, 31 seconds left here. And we're going to go ahead and take a brief moment as the officials are at the replay monitor. We will be right back after this break. And welcome back into the Saints Digital Network. 31 seconds left in this one. St. Martin's leads 27-14. Catch you up to speed. The officials have finished looking at the replay monitor. We're not going to speculate by any means as to what is being discussed, but there was a contact underneath the basket. An Alaska player came down on top of a St. Martin's player. St. Martin's head coach Christy Martin issued a technical, and now the officials discussing everything out of the break. Now, a quick game recap. It was a 4-4 game to start in the early moments of this one. St. Martin's went on a 16-3 run to break open the game. And here in the second quarter, it's been slow turning offensively. Saints have only put up 7 points on the board. Alaska with 6 of their own. Now head coach is being brought over to discuss. And 31 seconds left here in the second half. Been a long game here already. About an hour into this game. Haven't even hit the halftime segment yet. Officials still discussing with the head coaches, Christy Martin and Jesse Craig. And looks like the Saints will shoot free throws first. Explanation happening. And Dingus misses the front end. So a foul was whistled on Alaska. That was on Paula Perez Mendoza. She was called for her third foul, at least I believe. Still some discussion happening at the table. And now the technical free throws will happen. So Dingus misses both of her free throw opportunities. Now Alaska knocks down 2 of them. And a third free throw on the way. And a fourth one coming up. So I believe then that would have been double fouls called, I believe. There was no foul, at least announced over the PA is what I should say, on the Saints. There was just the technical, at least that's what we heard up here. And there it was announced. So Josie Matz called for an intentional foul, and so that's what led to the 2 extra free throws. So all 4 go down. 31.5 seconds. Back to action here finally, and it's a 9-point game, and Alaska has the ball. 3-pointer on the way, just in and out. And the Saints have it and will hold for the final shot as the shot clock has turned off. 15 on the clock. Dingus right in front of Alaska's bench. Now clear. Looking back for a play call. 7 on the clock. Down low, Nelson double teamed. Has to get it back out. Clear. Fakes, drives. 1 on the clock. Ball blocked. And Alaska comes up with a stop. So 4 free throws at the very end of play. And a defensive stop has brought this game back into single digits. 27-28 is the score. We will be back in about 15 minutes with second half action. You're watching Saints basketball here on the Saints Digital Network. And welcome back into the Saints Digital Network. 27-18 halftime score. Alaska trailing by 9. They were down by as many as 14. They were able to cut the lead in the single digits. And it was off of 4 free throws in a row for Green after an intentional foul and a technical foul led to the 4 free throws. And we already have our first foul just 5 seconds in. And that is on Perez Mendoza, her 4th. Her 4th foul already. And again, and now we'll have a quick stop here. I think double checking to make sure that's her 4th foul. And that is the call. So 4 fouls already. And again, both sides with limited numbers here on the benches. Alaska has 5 players on the bench. The Saints with only 2. So foul trouble, definitely going to be something to watch. There was a lot of fouls called in the first half. Saints try and get the ball down low to Nelson. 10 on the shot clock. Swing it out wide. Matz, who led the Saints in scoring in the first half. Now here's Dean Adonis, 3 on the clock. Dingus heaves it up, and that one missing. And now Alaska comes the other way with it quickly. Reimers, cross-court pass, and just stepping on the line was Green, and a turnover committed. And a quick mop real quick on the floor. Again, the Saints in the first half shot 40% from the field, just 2 of 10 from beyond the arc. And it was, actually correct me, I said earlier, Matz was the leading scorer. It was actually Dingus with 9 points leading the way. Matz with 8 and Clear with 5. And for Alaska, Green with 9 points, 4 of those coming from the free throw line. And then Krupa with 4 as well. So those are your leading scorers here. Just again, start of the second half. Out to Dean Adonis. Has Nelson down low. Great strong pass. Nelson can't finish, but gets her own miss. Tries to swing it out, but Green steps in front. 2-on-1. That ball dribbles up over her head. Now here, giving it up to Reimers, who drives into the lane and a layup, and it's a 7-point game. Alaska chipping away at the Saints' lead. Saints offense was on fire in the first quarter, looking to get back to that. Dean Adonis, 3, front iron. And Alaska coming the other way, looking to chip once again. Crossover, had an open cutter, and it was Dingus who got her hands on the ball, but last touched by Alaska. Krupa, and that ball roll off her fingertips. And so it will be Saints basketball with 8:17 left here in the third quarter. Saints 8-2 on the year, 0-1 in conference play. For Alaska, 1-5. 0-1 in conference play as well, so both sides looking to get to the 500 mark in GNAC play. Saints looking to extend their win streak to 4 in a row. Matt's top, drives to her left, pull up just short. Nelson gets a hand on it and rips it down for the offensive board, her 2nd of the quarter. Now Matz had some space, but sets up the play. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Dingus down low, out to Matz, 3-pointer, no good. And Alaska tracks it down right in front of the line. And an inside pass, beautiful pass, but can't get the finish. No good on the second attempt, but it's Nelson ripping down the board. And now Dean Adonis will turn and go. 2-on-2. Step back jumper, good. A lot of action, and Tierney DeDonis puts a exclamation point on it. The jumper, and the Saints are on the board for the first time here in the second half. Reimers, hands off, Krupa. Perez Mendoza again with those 4 fouls already. Ball down low, Silva, turnaround jumper, no good. Hit off the iron, but they're gonna say no. Shot clock violation. Hard to tell from this angle, I should say, if that one hit off the iron. That's on the back side of the iron. Shot clock violation. Saints will get the ball back. For DeDonis, that bucket, that was her first of the game. All 4 of her attempts before that were from beyond the arc, and no good. First one inside, knocks it down. Dingus to clear. Saints swing it all the way around. Matz works the baseline, tries to get it to Nelson. Cut out. 7 on the shot clock. Dingus, corner 3, short. Rebounded by Reimers, and now Alaska bringing it the other way. 6 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Green, she has a green light, no pun intended, every time she touches that ball. Unable to connect on the threes here tonight. Saints get the board, bring it the other way, leaves it for Dingus. Has 2 defenders around her, fights through both, gets the offensive rebound, shot again. No call, and it'll be Saints ball on the inbound, and we will see 4 new Canucks onto the court. Two points for either side here in the third quarter. Another slow start offensively. DeDonis tracks that one down. 10 on the shot clock. Goes to Matz in the corner, drives baseline, gives it to Dingus, drives, fouled, and good. Dingus absorbs the contact, gets the finger roll, and the Saints lead is back to double digits. Olivia Kraska called for the foul, her third, second on the team. And Dingus knocks down the free throw, completes the old-fashioned three-point play, and the lead out to 12. Alaska, other end, drives strong to the basket, can't get that one to fall, was Dietz Marty, and it's a board for Nelson. But I think they're going to say a foul on Emily Nelson. That's her first. That's a tough call. Looked like Nelson came away with that one cleanly. So instead of a board for the Saints, it's going to be now Alaska basketball. Ball down low. Shot opportunity, no good for Dietz Marty. And now the Saints go all the way to Dingus in transition. No good. Gets her own miss. Still underneath the basket. And the Saints get it out to DeDonis. 15 on the shot clock. Dingus works baseline, has 2 defenders on her. Now clear, loses a handle on that one. It rolls out of play, but it will stay with the Saints. And that's going to bring us to a media timeout. Lot of action, 32-20, Saints leading. You're watching St. Martin's basketball on the Saints Digital Network. Well, the Saints offense started red hot, shooting 50% from the floor in the first quarter, and since then they have gone cold. 4 of 19, but their defense has been keeping Alaska in check. The Anarchs with 7 of 41 from the field, just 1 3-pointer made on 14 attempts. It has been an all-defensive game here. 32-20, halfway through the third quarter. Saints had 5 on the clock. Dean Adonis with the 3, no good. And it was basically a straight pass to Dingus off the backboard. Knowing T, she's probably going to ask for an assist on that play. Fighting through the screen, but called for the foul is Dingus. That's the second foul on her, second foul on the team as well. So the lead got down to 7. The Saints have responded with 7 straight points. Back out to 14. Their largest lead of the game. Down low, shot, good, and the foul. Emma Loss picks up the and one opportunity. Emily Nelson called for her second foul, and that will send the sophomore forward out of Bozeman, Montana, to the line. 5 of 7 on the year at the charity stripe. And knocks it down. So old-fashioned three-point play of their own for Alaska, and the lead back down to 11. Dean Adonis thought about it, swings it out to clear. Miscommunication. Now Alaska has an opportunity, driving all the way, and a foul at the rack. Claudia Dietz-Marti gets the foul. Tierney, Dean Adonis whistled for the foul. And Josie Matz will return to the floor for the Saints for Dean Adonis, who picked up her 3rd foul. First free throw on the way and no good. Already some tussling going on underneath the basket. And Claire Dingus called for the foul. Well, you could see it even before the free throw started. That was Olivia Kroske and Claire Dingus, who were already kind of battling with each other before the ball even went up. Dingus went down to the floor and is called for the foul. So that's her 3rd foul on the game. And so now well, it wasn't a shooting foul, and it wasn't the 5th foul, so it should be ball on the baseline. But instead they're going to give free throws. So they're going to call an interference foul. And so that is the call on the field. So that will send Alaska to the line. And Alaska knocks down both, and the lead is down to 8. So after the Saints punch down to their largest lead at 14, it's right back down to 8. Matz being hounded by the defense, and it's going to be a timeout for the Saints. 30-second timeout. And we will take a break. 34-26. You're watching St. Martin's basketball on the Saints Digital Network. And welcome back into the Saints Digital Network. Austin Burns here with you on the call, and it's 34-26. St. Martin's leading. Alaska has scratched this lead down to about 7-8 points twice here in the third quarter, looking to carve out more. Will the Saints respond again? Last time they went on a 7-0 run. Let's see what the Saints draw up out of the timeout. Reed double team, tries to get rid of it. Stays with the Saints, but 4 seconds on the shot clock. Matz, Nelson, now to Reed. Corner 3 off the front iron. Saints got a good look in the final seconds. Alaska now brings it all the way down. Corner 3 the other way. No good. Reed, kind of volleyball tip, but now she's down on the floor, clutching her head. Looks like she's okay, though, up and moving. Shot no good for the Saints on the other end. And now Alaska bringing it the other way. Floater in the lane, doesn't go. Reed gets the rebound, and she gets a foul called. Correct then, foul called on Alaska, so Reed draws the foul. And Emma Wass called for the foul, her second personal, third on the team. So Alaska already in the bonus. Saints 2 away. 3 minutes left here, though, in the third quarter. Matz has 2 screens, uses Nelson's. Now brings it back out to the top. Still plenty of time on the shot clock. Reed. Now clear, drives to her left, pull-up jumper. She loves that shot, just can't get that one to go. And it's going to be a foul on the Saints. I believe Emily Nelson over the top. And it is her third foul. And that's going to send Alaska to the line. And this is the opportunity. They use 4 free throws at the end of the first half to cut into the lead. They have 2.5 minutes here and 2 chances. Olivia Kraska will be sent to the line. Eight of 10 from the mark and make that 9 of 11. So far on the night, Alaska taking full advantage at the line and make it 10 of 12 as a team. Lead down to 6. Closest it has been since the first quarter. Matt's running point. Over to Clear. And a takeaway going the other way. Dietz Marti, and the layup blocked out of bounds by Emma Reed. Alaska with an opportunity, but Reed comes up on the defensive end. Ball stays with Alaska. And I believe that's going to be a foul called on Reed. It is, so that's going to send Alaska right back to the line. Second foul called on Reed. First one on the way and good. 2:16 left in the third quarter. Saints offense again started red hot, but since then has cooled down. Second free throw is good for Wass, and the lead is down to 4. Saints just 3 of 16 in this quarter from the field. Needing a basket here. Matt's wide open. She hit 2, and she gets that one to roll on in. Josie Matz just when the Saints needed it most. The transfer out of Portland again making her first appearance in a Saints uniform. 3-pointer. But Alaska answers right back. Dietz Marti in the lane for 2. Energy picking up inside Marcus Pavilion on a cold Tuesday night in Lacey, Washington. Reed in the corner. Here's Matz. Does she think about another three? She did. Now gives it up to Clear. Double team on her. Emma Reed, step back, three on the way, missing. No foul call. That ball goes out of bounds, and it's going to be a dead ball to Alaska. Alaska looking to get this one into one possession. Was from the corner, got it. Knocked down a pair of free throws, and right from about the same spot hits a jumper, and it's a 3-point game, less than a minute to go in the third quarter. Reed over to Reed, three-pointer, and they're going to call an offensive foul on Emily Nelson down low. I believe that is her fourth. It is. Again, the Saints don't have many on the bench, only two players on the bench. So Nelson picks up her fourth, and will have to head to the bench for, I think, at least a couple minutes. .9 seconds left. Alaska, they've been going quick all night. They have an opportunity for the 2-for-1. We'll see if they use it. Chance to tie. Dietz Marti into the lane. Layup off the front of the rim. Hung up there for what felt like an eternity. Matz now takes it. Saints will have the last shot of the quarter. And Matz calling for the isolation. 4 along the baseline for the Saints. Matz now brings up Reed, who goes right into the middle, drives, and no call. Reed looking for the foul, doesn't get it. 4.4 seconds left. Matz will inbound. .4 seconds left. Out to Clear, is going to have a three-pointer, and good! Ryan Clear at the buzzer knocks it down, and the Saints take a 6-point lead into the fourth quarter. Wow, this one is heating up going into the final 10 minutes. Don't go anywhere. Saints, Alaska, fourth quarter action after this break. It was a 3-point game, the closest we'd been since the opening possessions, and Ryan Clear knocked down the three-pointer And that sends us here to the fourth quarter, 40-34. St. Martin's leading. They led by as many as 14 in the third quarter. Alaska chipping away at that lead. First possession. Ball in the corner. Krupa now all the way near side. Green. High post. Reimer shot up, back iron, no good. Matz comes down with the board and leaves it for Dean Adonis, who brings it up. Saints go to clear again. That three-pointer just missing. Ball into the corner. Green shoots, no good. Back iron. And the Saints come down with another rebound. And Dean Adonis makes her way into the lane. A nice little crossover move. Floater knocks it down, and the Saints lead back to 8. Matz comes up with the steal, but then that ball taken away. And now they're going to call a foul on Matz right there in front of the scorers table. So that is Matt's third foul, first on the team. And ball off the inbound. Dingus comes up with it. 2 players on her. Jump ball pretty quick. And it'll be a turnover, so the Saints will get possession. Saints have an opportunity to get back to double digits. Matz. Dean Adonis, now baseline, Dingus. Matz three-pointer on the way. Just missing, looked good from up here. And now Alaska bringing it the other way. Green missed on her last attempt from beyond the arc. Ball into the corner, Green again. 3 on the way, good. And Alaska responds with a three-pointer. Well, Green connected on the first three-pointer of the game for Alaska and connects there. Attempted 9 three-pointers. 5-point game, 13 on the shot clock. Looped down low to Dingus. She goes up. That ball stripped away from her underneath the basket. Great defensive play by Kraska. And now Alaska tries to save it, and they do. Green able to keep it in play, and now we're going the other way with it. Dean Adonis, pull up, three-pointer, good! Tyranny with the 3. Well, I think everybody thought that ball was going to go out of play, and Tyranny was the one who didn't give up on it, brings it the other way in the three-pointer. And a foul called on Alaska in transition. That's the first on Alaska in the quarter. Kraska with her 4th. Perez Mendoza heads to the bench, and Ellen Silva will return to the floor. Couple players with 4 fouls. So both teams battling the foul trouble. Perez Mendoza and Kraska for Alaska with 4, and for the Saints, it's Emily Nelson. Little under 7 to go. Both teams looking for their first GNAC win of the season. This game was supposed to be played on December 4th. Corner 3 by Ryan Clear, and the Saints have a 10-point lead. Clear with a clutch three-pointer at the end of the third quarter, comes up with another one. And a blocking foul underneath the basket. Foul is called on Eternity Reed. That'll be the second on the team, and her second. And so should be a shooting foul, I believe was the call, and it is. And so that will send Dietz Marti to the line. First free throw up and good. Alaska has made the most of it at the line here tonight. 14 of 16 from the stripe. And the announcer's jinx comes into play, missing the second one. And now the Saints go quickly the other way. Pull-up jumper, Dean Adonis, that one just a hair short. And Kupra with the board all the way down. Green, three-pointer in transition, and it's back to a 6-point game. 2 fourth-quarter three-pointers for Pearl Green, the freshman out of Alaska. She's starting to heat up. Saints slowing this game down now. 15 on the shot clock. Dean Adonis looking for Dingus. Can't find an alley. Now Matz gets it down low. Finally to Dingus. Out to clear. Three-pointer on the way. Off the front. Matz gets the board and has a foul drawn. So send. Not a shooting foul, I should say. Not a shooting foul. So that will send the Saints to the baseline. So the fourth foul, though, called on Reimers. She picked up 2 early ones. Has done a great job juggling that for a majority of this game. Clear, gets her own miss. Second attempt, no good. And now Alaska brings it the other way and fast. Greeny, she's hit 2, just short. Right to her teammate, clears out, gets space. Silva, offensive rebound, and gets it out to Green, who swings it around. Now into the lane. Dietz Marti, that one no good. Into the corner. Silva once again, another board. And that's going to be a traveling call. So about 4 opportunities for Alaska, but they can't cash in. And the score remains 47-41. Alaska bringing the pressure. They showed a lot of that at the beginning of the game as well. The Saints break this one. But now it's turned over by Reed, and going the other way with it is Reimers. Hands it back to Reimers again. And the transition layup, no good. Golden opportunity. Alaska cannot finish. And the score still at a 6-point lead for the Saints. Every single player available in today's game has been used. Matz with 5 on the clock. Drive, splits 2 defenders. Shot, no good. And I believe a shooting foul. And when we come out of the timeout, it'll be the Saints at the line. 47-41, St. Martin's leads. Don't go anywhere. The conclusion of this one just after the break. And that foul was issued on Alaska's Destiny Reimers, so that was her 5th and final foul. So she is the first player to foul out of today's contest. And Josie Matz will have 2 free throws. First one, no good. Again, Matz playing for the first time in a Saints uniform here tonight. And she came out in the first quarter with 2 3-pointers. Led the offense to start. Can't connect on neither one of those. You know Christy Martin's going to be happy able to have Matz back in the lineup, already making an impact in her first game. 4 minutes left, though, here in this one. Alaska with the ball, trying to get it back down. Can get it all the way to a 1-possession game. Krupa hands it off. Dietz Marti at the rim, stopped. Nelson comes down with the board. And Nelson playing with 4 fouls. There's a couple players playing with 4 fouls. This late in the game, going with the best lineup. Dingus has to swing it back out. Dianadonis thought about it. Now Nelson down low, double team. Matz swings it around. Dianadonis, 3-pointer. That one long, and it is. A lot of up and down action here tonight. 3-pointer quickly. Dianadonis comes down with the rebound and will now slow the game down again. Saints are going to start using every second of that shot clock. Looking to hold on here for the W. Matz firing with a 3-pointer. Still at 15 seconds on the shot clock. And now Alaska goes the other way with it. Green into the lane. Draws 2. Wide open 3. Perez Mendoza. No good. Offensive rebound, and Alaska gets a second opportunity. 15 on the shot clock. Little over 2.5 to go. Now driving. Nelson comes up with the stop and the block. Despite 4 fouls, Nelson keeps her feet under her, goes straight up, and gets the block. Perez Mendoza to inbound, 7 on the clock. Here's Green. Don't think she notices the shot clock. Alaska's going to have to force one up here. They do, and it misses everything. Should be a shot clock violation. And ball is issued to the Saints. Dianadonis over to Matz. Again, the Saints, you got to think they're going to use every second of this shot clock. 15 left. Matz right in the middle, drives, pull up, no good. And another opportunity for Alaska off of the Saints' miss. Green gets it back, top of the key, uses a screen, 3-pointer. Just off the front of the rim. Nelson gets the board, and a foul is called on Ellen Silva. Just the 4th foul on Alaska. So the Saints not heading to the line yet. And here comes the press from Alaska. Saints. Nelson to clear. Out to Dianadonis, who gets past her defender, has an opportunity if she wants it, uses it, can't get that one to connect. Ball on the ground, it's a scrum. I think we're going to have a tie ball, and it is. So the ball goes to Alaska. Minute 33. Saints went quick in the possession, had a chance to stop and slow it down. Can't connect again. This was a 14-point lead for the Saints. Alaska's chipped back into this one, down to 6, looking to break the drought here. Green jumper, good. And it's a 4-point game. The Saints gonna need a basket here. Pressure coming. Clear now easily brings it across the line. And the Saints will set it up. Dingus in the corner, 10 on the shot clock. Dinadonis, one-on-one, goes to work. Has 2 defenders on her. Clear, 2 on the clock, 3 on the way. No good. Nelson, put back, good. Emily Nelson with a huge second chance opportunity. Now all the way into the lane. Alaska comes up with the offensive rebound. Second chance, no good again. And a jump ball is the call. Looked like Clear had, well, pun intended, clear possession of that one. And an over the back, but no call. It's a jump ball, but stays with the Saints. 28.5 seconds left in this one. We will take, hopefully, our final break. 49-43 left in this one. And welcome back in. Saints ball, 6-point game. Alaska, they have time on the clock enough to go for a trap and a steal. They don't have to foul immediately. And they've been doing the pressured defense here in the last few possessions. So Saints advance the ball onto their side. Saints are going to look to get the ball in the hands of Claire Dingus. She's been your best free throw shooter on the season. Has struggled a little bit today. They get the ball instead to Matz. Now the turnover going the other way. Alaska. Ball is blocked by Tierney Dinadonis. Three-pointer in the corner, no good, short. Dingus comes up with it. Dinadonis gets the ball and is fouled. So Alaska got the steal they needed, but Hereta couldn't finish at the rim. It was Dinadonis who came all the way over, makes the block. And now we'll go to the line looking to ice it. 12.5 seconds, 6-point lead. First free throw, no good. Saints uncharacteristic at the free throw line here tonight, 6 of 16. Second one is good. And Alaska will burn a timeout, move it forward. 12.5 seconds. Gotta think quick three is coming for Alaska. Don't have time to just try and get 2 and a turnover. You have to start going for threes here. And most of the threes here tonight have come from Pearl Green. She's 3 of 12 from beyond the arc. She has the only 3 makes as a team. Alaska is 3 of 24 from beyond the arc. Pearl with all 3 of those. Saints will not pressure the inbounder. So a stack formation. Ball into the corner. Time running off. And Matt's foul. So the Saints had only 2 fouls committed in the quarter. So they had 2 fouls to give. So a very smart move. Matt's picks up her 4th. So the Saints burn 2 seconds off the clock, and they have another foul to give. Got to be careful, though, for the quick release, and Alaska might try and draw 3 free throws. Saints looking to foul, can't get it. Shot on the way, no good. Rebound in the corner is a dead ball rebound for the Saints. And that's going to do it. 2.5 seconds left, and the Saints are going to get out of this one with a 50-43 victory. Have to inbound the ball first and get those final seconds off, and a foul actually committed, so I jumped the gun a little bit there. As Dingus will have an opportunity to add to her game-leading 14 points. So the Saints will improve to 9-2 on the season and a 4-game win streak and go to 1-1 in conference play. Alaska will drop to 1-6 overall, 0-2 in GNAC. Free throw, no good. And ball. And that is the ball game, 51-43. And we will be back here with a post-game interview with head coach Christy Martin. So don't go anywhere. Hear from Christy Martin in just a few moments. Saints victorious, 51-43 here on the Saints Digital Network. And welcome into the St. Martin's post-game show, and we're joined by head coach Christy Martin. Saints victorious 51-43. Coach, this was not an easy one here tonight. You only had 8 players suit up for the game, and you immediately lose 1 player down to just 7. Tough one. You had to rely on everybody. This was a team effort win tonight.
Yeah, Austin, it's been a really emotional week. I mean, this has probably been one of the toughest toughest weeks coaching-wise that I've had. We've had a couple kids injured, a bunch in COVID protocol that just came out today, and seeing Marin go down was like, it was heart-wrenching because she really is the heart of our team. Like she's kind of the glue kid, and so we saw her go down, and then we had to try to bounce back from that, and that I think that really shook us. But I thought that we did a pretty good job of fighting back. We need to get a lot more mentally tough, and that goes for Coach Martin included. So, but you got to hand it to Fairbanks. I mean, they played with so much heart and so much passion. They played a great game.
Well, you responded in that first quarter with a 16-3 run, and that was highlighted by 2 3-pointers from Josie Match. You got her back into the lineup here today. That had to have been a huge addition, getting her, obviously tough losing her at the beginning of the season, on an unfortunate accident. And you get her back, makes an immediate impact in her first game for the Saints, knocks down a couple huge shots in the second half as well. Talk about having, being able to bring in a player like Josie Matz halfway through a season.
Well, it's just nice to have so much depth. I think that when we lost her early and she was starting for us, it was a little bit nerve-wracking, but then, we kind of didn't miss a beat with getting Ryan back in the lineup, and she just excelled the entire year. And then, we think we're back to full force, and then, we don't have, I think we don't have three right now. One of our starters, Lowe, and Janelle, who's been playing unbelievably well, and also Shanoa. Those are three huge pieces for us, and so but there's no excuse for the way that we played. I thought that we really need to do a better job of taking care of the ball and having better composure, and having Josie in the lineup in those moments was critical. I mean, I thought she did a really good job. We had a long talk this morning about just being more fundamental. When I played, I used to throw one-handed passes, around the back passes. I was just willy-nilly, and I had one coach who said no, and she made me the most fundamental player I could be, and it was the best year of basketball I'd played, and I explained that to her because I have to play with them now. I've been jumping in, and I'm this old 41-year-old lady who's just hooking up air balls and making one-handed turnovers, but I told her, I said, I know I pass like that, but if you want to be, you could be an extraordinarily good player if you could put two hands on the ball when you shoot, if you could get a jump stop in the key, if you can get a ball fake, and I really thought she did a phenomenal job of that the entire game. She really controlled and had a lot of poise.
Well, Coach, I'd love to see some of those maybe highlight clips of you in practice, throwing it down.
Would you?
Love to see that.
Austin? 'Cause it's kind of embarrassing. The kids took count of my turnovers and my assists today, and they showed me after the game or after practice, and I think I had 5 turnovers and 1 assist. It was awesome. So if you want a good chuckle, come and watch me play.
Well, Coach, you improved to 9-2 on the season. You get a few days off.
Yeah.
Hopefully be able to get some more players back in uniform before you head down to Western Oregon on Saturday.
Yeah.
What's the scattering report for the game?
Gosh, Holly does such a phenomenal job over there. I mean, I like being her travel partner because I can steal her strategies. But she's got it going. I think this is one of the best teams I've seen her have. It's definitely the most depth she's had. She's got one of the best players in the league, Aragon. When we're sitting and having lunch a couple weeks ago, and when Claire Dingus looks over at me and goes, "Coach, that Aragon, she's a baller." I think that's something that is really cool when you have that camaraderie between teams and just that mutual respect. But I'd imagine that those two are going to go toe-to-toe next week. It's going to be a really fun game to watch, and it's definitely going to be a battle. We're going to have to clean up a lot of things in order to be successful in that one.
Well, we look forward to seeing you on Saturday for more GNAC action. Thanks for stopping by, Coach, and congrats on the win.
Hey, and congrats on getting home, because I know you were stuck in Tri-Cities for a while, and as in all of us. So how did you end up getting home?
I had to rent a car, make the drive back. Better than my counterpart, Jeff, still in Kansas. He's been there for an extra week. So Jeff will be back, hopefully, next broadcast, and fans will get back to the A-team,
I just miss his giant smile. Isn't he just he's amazing? I just want to say, for the kids back home, we can't wait for you guys to get back, and especially we're just well-wishing for Marin, and especially, Marin and Janelle. We love you guys, and we'd like to be whole again. So thanks so much, you guys.
Thank you, Coach. Well, you heard it here from head coach Christy Martin. Saints looking to extend that win streak, get some more players back in uniform for their game on Saturday against Western Oregon. Well, that's going to go ahead and do it for us here on the broadcast. Saints improved to 9-2 on the season with a 51-43 scrappy win over Alaska. We will be back on January 13th as the women will host Seattle Pacific as part of a doubleheader at 5:15. So tune in at about 5 o'clock for that one. January 13th, Saints back in action here inside Marcus Pavilion. Well, I'm Austin Burns, and on behalf of all of us here at St. Martin's, my producer Sydney Henderson and my cameraman Zane, great work as always on the broadcast. We will see you on January 13th. Good night.